Welcome to a new semester. I am Bailey Brown and I am going to be your instructor throughout this Old Testament course. In this video, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and about the content of the course that we're going to be covering, as well as some expectations that I have for you as the student. So, let's get started. A little bit about me. I have a background in civil engineering. That was my bachelor's degree that I received from the University of Oklahoma. Once I graduated, I worked as a mechanical engineer for 3 or 4 years. And then in the meantime, I both studied online and then studied online full time to pursue my master's degree in Christian theology, and I received that degree from Biola University out in California. So, this theology degree, I learned a whole lot about the Old Testament and about the theology of Christianity in general. And so, through everything that I learned, I am now able to pass a lot of that knowledge on to you. So you saw the picture in the previous slide of my family. That was us just a few weeks ago at Silver Dollar City in Branson. It's pretty much one of our most favorite places to be, especially for my daughter. So this is another picture of my daughter, Lily Ruth, and she will be 2 in February. And then you also saw my husband, Justice, and he is also an engineer. He works at a paper mill, and he is also a philosopher. So, as I said, I pursued my degree at Biola University, and Justice is actually working on a degree in Christian philosophy, also from Biola University. So, Justice, the engineer and philosopher of the family, and then Lily Ruth, she is a ballerina and she is really good at building blocks. So, when I am not working on content for your course, I am likely either building a castle out of blocks or cheering her on as she twirls around the living room. So that's a little bit about my family. We live in Southeast Oklahoma, and yeah, I love my family and spending time with my family. So you may hear me talk about them more in just throughout the course. A little bit more about me. Here are just some hobbies. I, first of all, love podcasting and studying the Bible, which I guess fits with the fact that I'm teaching a class on the Bible. But I have a podcast called Life on Word, where it's basically just a Bible study. So I spend a lot of time doing that, and that's pretty fun. And then I also grow flowers. So I don't consider myself a farmer in any sense of the word, but for the last, I think, 5 years now, I have been growing cut flowers and have been giving away or selling the bouquets within my community, and it is so much fun. So in the picture there, those are all dahlias that I grew, and man, I love it. And now it's getting so fun because Lily is able to come out to the garden with me and cut flowers, and it's just so much fun. And then finally, I also love traveling with my family. You saw our pictures of Silver Dollar City, but we also love to travel out to Colorado and go snow skiing. I am right now begging for us to go to England. I really, really, really want to go to England and Scotland, but we'll see. So we love to travel together. So now let's talk a little bit about the course. What is it we're going to be studying this semester? So you are looking at 7 modules throughout the semester that are all about 2 weeks each. I think the first module may be 2.5 weeks, but 2 weeks that we'll spend pretty much on each of the modules. And we're going to start with just an introduction to the Bible as a whole and the Old Testament and where it came from. And then the next week we will get into canonicity, which refers to how did we get the books, how did the books that are in the Old Testament become recognized as authoritative. and then also textual criticism, which is along those same lines. And then in the following modules, we'll be talking about the creation, the Exodus, the law, um, life in the promised land as the Israelites were, hoping to get to the promised land, and then what happens from there with their kingdom kind of falling and them going into exile. So that's what you have to look forward to as we get throughout the semester. And then as far as course engagement, what you can expect is probably just your normal things that you do in an online course. So you'll be reading from a textbook, you'll be watching lecture videos like this, you will be responding on discussion boards, and hopefully having some really good conversations with your peers on there. You will have a few written assignments, and then of course you'll have some quizzes. So now I want to talk a little bit about what I expect from you as my students so that we can guarantee that you learn a lot and that you get a lot out of this course. So first, I want you to be open-minded and ready to learn. Even if you've studied the Bible your whole life, I think that there's still more that you can always get out of it. So when you approach the Bible with an open mind and you want to learn, I can guarantee that you will learn something. So stay open-minded and stay curious and ready to learn everything you can, and you will be super successful in this course. Second, be a good communicator. I have a policy that I do not accept late work, but especially if you do not reach out to me. So if something goes wrong, you have an accident, you've been sick, whatever the case, I can't make exceptions for my policy if I don't know what's going on. So please communicate through email anytime something comes up. But even aside from that, please communicate just by engaging in the course, by asking questions if you have questions, or by giving me any feedback on the lectures, any questions you have, any comments. Be a good communicator in your discussion groups. I think this is very important, specifically in an online space, because we want to make the most of this, and so being good at communication will really go a long way. And then finally, as I pretty much already said, be committed to making the most of an online space. I'm sure if you're like me, you would probably always prefer an in-person course, but there are lots of benefits as well to online courses. So I want you to get as much out of this as you can, but the thing is, you only get out of it what you put into it. It is what you make it. And so if you lean in and you really try to learn what you can, then I think you will be successful. But if you treat it like a blow-off class because it's online, then it may not go so well. So please be committed to making the most of an online space. And so that's pretty much all I have. Please reach out if you have any questions about me or the course or my expectations. I am really excited to dig into the Old Testament with you this semester, but I'm always reachable. You can email me and we can either email back and forth, or we can set up a video call or a phone call or whatever. I am here for you this semester. I want you to learn, and I'm really excited to get to know each of you and get to hear your thoughts and hopefully teach you a thing or two. So, good luck this semester.